some simple and inexpensive updating gives a tired kitchen new life when we install a new countertop, sink, faucet, ceramic tile backsplash, and geyser.
Almost done. What did you use to stuff the executive producer?
Blade.
I'm Ed Feldman.
And I'm Joe Lorario.
And we're in the hub of any home.
I thought the hub of any home was the big chair in front of the TV.
In reality it is, but a lot of living takes place in a kitchen nowadays, and it's also a big selling point when you go to move the house onto the market.
And here we are in Lansdale in a 10-year-old house, and we're going to give a simple facelift by replacing a few things. But let's see the owner first. Let's meet her.
Her name is Michelle Crane. She's from Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
Come on down, Michelle.
Hi, Joe.
Hello. Hi, Michelle. Now, you've done a few things to this kitchen already. What have you done?
I've refinished the cabinets.
Wow. Did a good job, too.
Well, I wish we knew how to do that.
No idea. And that's what you've done already. What do you want to do now? What are we?
Basically, I just want to give the place a new look and add some color.
Update, because you got a lot of monochromaticism.
That's
here.
one.
One color.
We also want to replace the sink, right?
That's right.
Right, and the faucet, and we're going to put on a lovely tile backsplash.
Backsplash.
We're here with our contractor pal, Bob Dubree of Creative Contracting. First time in makeup, I'm guessing, right?
Absolutely.
It smooths everything out.
Now, Bob, what can the homeowner do?
To get ready, the homeowner can do all the demolition work for us. That saves us a lot of time and saves them some money.
Now, what can we do?
What can you do as what?
Yeah, right. Nobody seems to know. Well, what's the first step in any kind of kitchen?
The first step would be to remove the kitchen sink.
Okay, we pop off these panels, which allow us more access and greater area to shoot in. Ever notice they don't put drawers under here because it would bump into the sink? We're going to remove the sink. Before you remove the sink, you got to disconnect the sink. Before you disconnect the sink, you got to shut off the water, or else all kinds of Niagara things happen. So back in here, you've got the water shut-off valves for cold and hot. And that's the next thing we do, is we do bleed the sink. There's some water left in here. And now we'll do the water waste coupling here. And now we're going to do the water feed. Now for the garbage disposal, or the disposal de garbage. And the first thing you do when you take out an electric thing like a garbage disposal is you turn off the electricity to it, the breaker, the fuse, whatever you have. And then after that, we unhooked the wires that do connect that to here. And now, of course, we take the hammer and we bang this over here. This is the retainer ring, the coupling that holds the whole garbage disposal into the drain. And, oh boy, it dropped right down.
Oh, okay, now I got to take out the sink. He forgot to take out the clips. To remove the sink, first remove the clips holding it to the counter from underneath. Use a putty knife to loosen any caulking from around the rim, sometimes called the hootie rim, not the blowfish. Then lift the sink and the faucet out.
It's time to take off the counter.
Take off, and there's 4 parts here. We're going to remove it. It's a peninsula.
A body of land surrounded on 3 parts by linoleum.
Like Italy.
And then we have a small piece over back here.
And a piece on the side over there that's way over there.
That's as far away from us as Doc was from Johnny.
About this far. To remove the old countertop, loosen the screws holding it onto the cabinet from underneath and lift it off.
Next, more kitchen facelift.
Robert Stack.
Joan Collins.
Next, home makeovers done right on Home Savvy. Then, true life stories of romance on a wedding story.
Fly in Quakertown, PA to talk to showroom manager Vince Green about the options available in kitchen countertops today in terms of cost, style, durability, and whether they stay crispy in milk. Vince!
What's a laminate?
Well, a laminate is a piece of paper. The thing that you're looking at here, for instance, a color or a design, is actually a piece of paper with that design on it. It's impregnated with resins, and then it's mounted on a substrate. In most cases, that's particle board,
Which is adhered with a contact cement of some sort.
Correct.
Okay.
Good part about laminates is they're cheap.
Right. They start at about $30 a linear foot.
Most countertops installed today are laminates. That's right, they're made out of lamb. There are lots of choices in color and edge treatments, and they wear relatively well, although they will scratch and you can't place hot pots and pans directly on them, or they'll burn. Don't be silly.
So this is a butcher block.
Yep, this is an example of a maple butcher block. As you can see, it's pieces of wood that are laminated together.
And it's finished, too.
It's pre-finished.
Right, with a wood countertop, it looks nice, and it's good in certain areas of the kitchen. Not many people use it in their whole kitchen, although some do.
Right.
It's going to scratch. You're going to need to refinish it every year, possibly, or at least every couple of
You know
years.
anybody who does stuff like that?
No, I don't know anybody who does.
And what's the cost for this?
This runs about $40 a linear foot.
$40, so it's about $10 more.
Right.
What do we have next?
Next, we have solid surface.
What's it made out of?
It's made out of some minerals and mainly either polyester or acrylic.
Solid surface countertops offer lots of design options, and best of all, because they are the same color all the way through, unlike laminates, if they scratch, and they will, you can abrade it away with an abrasive pad. They are also heat resistant, so you can place a hot pot right on them, but they're expensive, about 4 times the cost of laminates.
Now what's this?
This is another type of solid surface.
Oh.
This solid surface on the countertop comes in half-inch sheets. This is the same material, but they spray it on
Get out of here.
particle board.
It's sprayed on. Look at that.
Wow. The sprayed-on version of solid surfacing is about 35% less than the solid surface, but it will still run you about 3 times as much as a laminate.
Ceramic tile is another option. It's durable, comes in many different styles, and it won't scratch or burn. However, while the tile itself comes in many price ranges, installation is labor-intensive and therefore expensive.
Granite is, well, it's solid as rock. And
Because it am.
And it's beautiful. Nice and highly polished. But this, again, this wears. Citrus juices and stuff.
yes,
with
it
dull-
can stain.
stain.
It is porous.
But you get one with a little
It's
different
scratch
color.
resistant. You can stick a hot pot right on it, which is good. But it can stain.
Where is this in price range to the solid surface?
Well, the solid, it's about the same, sometimes more. It depends, again, upon which stone you pick.
Okay, well, follow us back to the kitchen.
Hey,
All right?
probably. Hey, we're back in Lansdale, PA, and we're doing a kitchen facelift. We've removed the old countertops.
And we're getting ready to put in the new countertop, but first, we have to make it level because the floor is not level, so the peninsula isn't level.
Well, the whole township isn't level, but if we went to the township office, we'd have to spend a lot of bribe money, and it's much
Petitions
easier.
and all that.
Right, it's much easier to use cedar, shake,
This is a cedar.
shims.
See these? They're very easily breakable, so you can bend them like that.
Oh,
snap!
And let's begin to shim.
Now we're going to put the level right on the top of the counter here, and we're going to move it ever so gently.
Until
And
it's
you get-
perfect, until I'm floating the bubble and I can see.
Now we put the shim together. Let's see how we can ride it in here.
Yeah, you want to put it so that it supports this whole side panel. You don't put it in the middle of the cabinet, you put it right
Let
on
it
the
go.
edge.
So let's see how it is. Oh, it's still off, so we got to take it out a little
You
bit.
take it out because it is in a wedge shape.
How's that? There we go.
It's perfect.
Perfect. That's good.
Now, do you leave the shims just like that?
Now you're going to break them. I'm just going to push some pressure down here, lift up, break them off. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Another good part to shims. Hey, the shakes are in.
Shakes the Clown. I never saw that movie.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was fine, especially Florence Henderson. And we're checking level this way, which is a fine. A bubble, she's afloat.
That way too.
This way too. Everything.
Beautiful.
Now to prepare the cabinetry to accept the countertop.
Now, they had corner blocks in there, which is another piece of flake board that went into the corner here. And this was kind of loose, so we pulled it out.
Let's
and we're gonna
improve.
replace it with, look, they're like little metal shoes. See?
Gay divorcee Edward Horton did
Chaplin did it too with the
With
bread
the-
and the forks. And these are going to go in just like this. See?
that. One screw goes in the side, and the other screw will go in the top to support
And
the countertop.
I'll use these little 3/4 inch screws. Put one on the tip of the drill. Here, wait. Here we go.
Make sure that this top flange
It's going to be like 1/8 of an inch below.
of the brace lines up so it will accept.
And that way,
And they're countersunk. The holes for the screw are also countersunk.
so that when the cabinet is screwed from, when the top is screwed in, this will give a little pull, so it'll cinch it up real tight.
And we'll put a lot of them in all around. These chair braces should usually be used in tandem. Put 2 of them, one equidistant from each end of the cabinet. 2 braces for each section.
And you've got to lift the countertop.
Now to put the giant L-shaped countertop in, and we got some friends to help us. Whoa, don't take the ceiling down, my friends. And
There we are.
we've got Al to help us, we've got Bob to help us. I wish we had somebody to do it instead of me.
Drop it down.
Slide it in.
Now we'll fit it flush against the wall.
Go in.
There we go. Don't do that.
Label to be removed by homeowner. Good thing I'm a member of the counterculture. And speaking of counters, the countertop Michelle chose is a beautiful plastic laminate.
And it's a marbleized finish, and it's a matte finish.
That's because Matt did the drawings.
Right.
And it has a beveled edge, a lovely beveled edge in a different color in almond. Now we just have to screw in using those chair braces, the L brackets.
And the little screws, we'll screw up through them, catch the countertop, and we're done.
No, there's more.
Okay, let's do it. We're going to attach the countertop now, and where the corner blocks were, I showed you the little triangular piece of corner blocks, we're going to use a 2-inch screw, because there's enough meat for the 2-inch screw. Meat meaning the wood, not real meat, the meat of the wood. And this chair brace that we use, we're going to attach using these 1-inch screws. Just put it on the drill. Make sure your drill is going in the right way, because once you get in here, it's all kind of cockeyed and crazy. So I'm going to put this screw in just like this here. You know that? Oh! And then we'll shoot it in. And we got to go kind of on an angle, but you'll see it pull down. Oh, perfect.
And now time to sink even lower.
This is really a sink. It's a
Cast iron.
It's a double-bowled enamel cast iron sink colored almond.
Of the almond, yes. Of the almond persuasion, as we say. Now here's the faucet. It's a waterfall faucet. And why?
Well, because it enables you to wash a pan, or a bowl.
Big
or
deep
something,
pots.
It's deep.
And it's also easier to just put your head under it to get a drink.
And you can go out in the fields if you want.
Right. Now, you've got to put the faucet in the sink before you place the sink in the countertop. Why?
Because it's easier that way. That's why. Follow the directions for your particular faucet and fixtures. They're all different, but make sure you use Teflon tape or pipe dope to form a watertight seal all around threaded connections. Before we put this sink in, we're going to put a bead of caulk all around the rim.
Silicone caulk around the cutout where the sink lifts in to create a watertight seal, so when the water doesn't splash in and down into the cabinet, it makes all your steel wool pads float up to the top.
Now the good thing to do is make sure it's a continuous bead.
About 3/8 of an inch from the actual edge. Now after he continues his bead, I will take the little putty knife and smooth this out. Not away from the hole so as to make a big mess where you're going to be chopping things, but towards the coal, just like that. Look at that. Look at that. And don't clean it up with your tongue. Don't lick that.
Even though it looks like Turkish taffy.
I think it looks like marshmallow fluff.
Now we get to work. We got to actually lift this sink into the hole.
Cast iron, it's got to weigh 30 pounds at least.
And we left the strainers out of the garbage disposal and the sinkhole
So
that
we can grab.
It's like a handle, see? So you can grab that, I can grab this, and we're walking around.
No, you come around.
No, you come around.
No, you.
Wait, I have to reposition here.
Oh, and I don't.
Oh,
My
no,
goodness.
watch the edge. You got to get this in there. Hold on, just, there we go, there we go.
Wait, my shirt's in there.
Hold on, let me see. You got it?
Of course not.
Hold on, I got it.
There you go. Drop it down. Now, unlike the old sink, it doesn't need that rim.
Because this is so heavy,
It can't move anymore.
I'm going to run another bead of silicone caulk around the edge of this here sink.
And it's almond colored, if not flavored, the same as the sink. All right, it's a nice thin bead. However, you want it shoved in there. And I have just a tool for that. The useless left pinky, which isn't even good for polite society tea drinking, follows the bead of caulk, shoving it in there. And of course, it's making a little mess, but we will follow that up with a damp rag. Now hook up the plumbing under the new sink. You'll have to install the regular strainer, the drain assembly, the garbage disposal, the record player, and first, the water supply lines. As always, wrap those threaded ends with the Teflon tape. Then finger tighten, then tighten with a wrench or your teeth. Now attach the garbage disposal, drain, and mounting assembly. Why aren't we using any caulk, pipe dope, or plumber's putty around that drain? Because I said so. And because it has a built-in gasket that makes a watertight seal.
Now the regular drain. Make sure to caulk around the inside rim, then place the drain into the sink. Ah, that's easy. The bottom piece has a rubber gasket and fits on from underneath. It's secured with a threaded fitting. Then just wipe away any caulk that oozed out. Ooh. Slide the disposal up into the mounting assembly and turn the retainer ring until it's tight. Ugh. Reattach the electrical wires using plastic wire nuts. Be sure to attach the green wire to ground.
The waste pipe and trap are next. Why is it called a trap? Because it traps things that you might drop down the drain, like rings or bobby pins. But it also traps the water in the pipe that prevents any fumes from backing up and making your eyes go crossed.
We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
I'm not a crazy cat.
Well, the sink's in, it's installed, the garbage disposal's in, and the countertop's in. Now what?
Well, we need the tile.
We need a...
Here's the tile. This is the tile.
Always shoot the man in the heart, Blondie.
This is the tile that Michelle chose, and it's an almond-colored tile, and it's a very washable surface, very durable, and it's nice to have in the kitchen. But what do you need to install this?
Tape.
Spam. Goes real good
You
against
need a professional. We could do it, but we're still tired from before. So come on in, Kevin Hain.
Come here, Kevin.
He's a professional tile setter. You want to stand over here behind the canvas bag? Hi, Kevin.
Talk to us about this tile.
Yeah, is this the job for a homeowner?
No, because of all the cuts that have to be made around the outlets, you need specific tools that are very expensive.
A homeowner should just do full tile, like a bathroom where there's not a lot of cutting around little corners like the outlets. Okay, well, let's go.
First, prepare the wall by removing any wall plates or sills. Now, first we have to determine how to lay the tiles.
Right, and where the parameters of the tile are going to be. I mean, where the tile's going to end on the top and on the side there.
Okay, we're going to give ourselves a level line coming across here and a plumb line coming across here, and that will be our outside corner right there.
Use a level to draw a horizontal line level with the bottom of the cabinets and a vertical line plumb with the edge of the countertop. These lines will help keep your tile placement square.
Now he's going to lay down out the tile. And what kind of adhesive are you going to use?
Sticky stuff, I'll bet.
I'm guessing.
I'll be using a multi-purpose ceramic adhesive.
And that just gets troweled on?
Yes.
Okay. And how long does it stay wet?
I have about a 30-minute working time with it.
Use the notched edge of the trowel to apply the adhesive in a textured pattern. Put on about a 1/4 inch and rest the notched edge on the wall as you scrape it on.
Now that's as big an area as you want to cover to start, right? You don't
Yes.
want to go any further than that?
No.
Okay. So where do we start laying the first tile?
First tile will be right here.
Right at the top corner. We're going to cover that outlet. So we should have put something in there like a small bird or something. Michelle doesn't want to keep the junction box at the corner of her backsplash, so we will be tiling right over it, which is permitted by local building codes. Some jurisdictions require unused boxes remain accessible, so check your local codes. Now the corner tiles at the top, are they different than the center tiles?
Yes, these tiles have a rounded edge.
Oh, it's got a bullnose on it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And this one has 2 edges rounded.
Ah.
Corner tiles have 2 rounded edges, border tiles have 1 rounded edge, center tiles have no rounded edges, and I have all rounded edges.
How long do you have to push these in? Do they just stick automatically? I mean,
Yes,
just suction
just enough
fit?
to
Okay.
set them into the
And,
adhesive.
and the space between the tiles?
The tiles have little nubs on them.
Okay, so that determines the
Put
spacing
together.
altogether. All right, fine.
Don't slide the tiles into place like James Brown. Put them in with a slight twist, like Chubby Checker. Set all your full tiles first, then measure for your cuts.
Okay, so you know how we have to measure for these pieces around the outlet since we've come up to the outlet, correct?
Yes.
All right, and the bottom pieces too. So you just measure those or the tape measure?
These I'll set up here, hold them in place, and put marks on my
Just
tiles.
eye them up? Huh. I had an uncle who was a tailor like that. Just look at you and say, come back Thursday. Never measured. Okay, let's see you do that. Now, do you have to be real specific around here? I mean, since the plate is going to cover.
No, but you want it into the box a little bit, and
Okay.
under here, You want it so it catches these little ears on the
Exactly.
on there.
Okay. Ah. To make precise cuts, a wet saw is your best bet. It has a diamond-impregnated blade to cut the tile, and by keeping it wet, it keeps it cool so the tile doesn't burn. Right in here. How do you get this cut?
That I'll use tile nippers and nip
Oh,
it
the
out of
nippers, and you just break it off. There we go. 3. I can use these already. The mind is working. You got it. Once all the tiles are up, grout. You can buy pre-mixed grout, or as we're doing here, mix grout with water. It should be the consistency of toothpaste. You can purchase grout in many colors to match your tile.
This is the trowel.
That's a trowel. That's a rubber-backed one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some people call it a float, don't they?
Yes.
You know
also
why?
a float.
Because it floats in water.
No, it does not. It floats above the area that you're working on.
Just force it into the grout lines.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, it looks great.
giving it a whole new look.
Now let the grout sit 10 minutes before applying it so the colors mix thoroughly. Make sure all the joints are filled. You can use your finger to get around the outside edges. Wipe up any excess with a wet or damp sponge, then polish with a soft, dry cloth. We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
Hey, we got a website.
www.furnitureguys.com.
I wiped and,
No, you did not.
right, Kevin wiped and polished the tile with a dry cloth, and you should wait 24 hours before you get it wet.
And then, to keep it clean, you can use vinegar and water.
Equal portions.
Right, also good on a salad. Hey, look, here's the before.
And here's the after.
Michelle and Matt,
Come on in, come on,
your new kitchen is ready for you.
What do you think?
It looks great. I love it. It looks really great.
Big
Well,
It
difference.
really looks nice.
I think so. We want to thank Bob Dupree, Al Marsh, and Kevin Hain.
Of creative contracting.
I bet you're ready to start cooking up a storm, eh, hon?
Yeah,
Well,
you guys are out of here.
I could eat a horse.
Yeah, can we stay for dinner?
I don't know. I do mind frighten our children.
I'm Ed Feldman.
I'm Joe Larara. Remember, home is nice.
Take the cookies, take the cookies.